Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. So guys, I will not keep quiet. We'll continue to talk until we get the desired results. A lot of people are talking, a lot of people are tired, a lot of people are fainting, a lot of people have given up. Thank God for Hype Up, they are still on their own. A lot of individuals, talking here and there concerning what is happening. There's a video that I'm going to show to you. It's about this Aisha Yusufu, this activist woman. She's always talking, we all know what she has gone through. And you'll be hearing her, she'll say a lot of things that are bothering you and I, that we have not been able to get an answer or solutions to. Those are the things she's going to be talking about, and also talking about Sowore, is detention and the bail condition and all of that, and the arrogance in our governors, the president, even the same president that was crying before now that he wanted to rule. Now he has been given the power. Now he's laughing and Nigerians are crying, according to what Aisha said. So guys, I just listened to what she has said and we'll continue from there.
What the paper that they are written on. He says one thing and he does another thing completely opposite of it. And so it's quite surprising. But after 2015, going back down to 2017 till date, because of the fact that the citizens refused to hold him accountable, a lot of people, they make all sorts of excuses for him. They will tell us that, he's old enough to be our father, he's old enough to be a grandfather, that we shouldn't make demands on him, we shouldn't criticize. And I'm thinking, did we vote him to be a grandfather or did we vote him to be a father? He was voted to be the president and commander-in-chief. And right now he's doing absolutely nothing, not the right thing at all. And what we have with Sowore, it's an absolute show of shame. And I just wonder, at a man who is in power, this is a government. What has Omoyele Sowore said? He said about revolution. Are they kidding me? Don't they see what is on ground? The attacks we have in Nigeria, is that not a revolution? The Boko Haram that is going on, the bandits that governors are going to meet them to make, to have this meetings with them, I have pacts with them. Is that not a revolution? That's a bloody revolution. People who are taking arms against the government. Sowore did just ask for one thing, a bloodless revolution. And we need to understand, I've said this repeatedly, we either have a bloody revolution in Nigeria or we're going to have a bloodless revolution. It's all our choice. Bloody revolution where we are changing system. And as long as we do not change those systems, we will end up having the bloody revolution. And I've said to people, we need to understand something. When those who are poor are tired and they come after us, they will go after every one of us. None of us will be safe.
So what do you think would happen now? Considering the judgment, he's being fined 100 million naira, among other ridiculous things. What do you think would happen now?
So the thing is that, honestly, it's so ridiculous that I never expect that our government will descend that low. First of all, Sowore he was granted bail by a different court. And then it didn't favor them. They shamelessly, without, there's something called shame that sometimes you need to have it. But our government seems not to have it. Shamelessly went to fish and market, get another judgment that put this ridiculous amount as the bill that is needed. So we now have a situation whereby our government, they are competing with kidnappers. Kidnappers will kidnap Nigerians and demand for high figures. Now the government will kidnap people, abduct them from their houses and demand for high figures. Is that what Nigeria has turned to? We have criminality ruling us and we have criminality coming after us. So it's honestly, it's such a shameful thing that it makes you just wonder what's going on in Nigeria. And you know what? For me, the reason why we have all of this is because citizens have decided that, they want to stay at home and not do anything, and so that they will not be attacked, so that they will not be arrested. They have forgotten that we are all victims waiting to happen. Today is Sowore. Tomorrow, whom will it be? If you're not taken by government, be sure that kidnappers will take you. That's the way. And I said to people, a lot of Nigerians were good at saying, God forbid. I say to us, please forget about that thing. Kidnappers have shown that it's not prayers that will stop them, because they have abducted pastors, they have abducted malams, they have abducted native doctors. Nobody is left out. So it is either we need to come together and ensure we make demand on the government that mandate was given to, for them to do the right thing. Everybody needs to be safe in their house. What has Sowore done? You kidnap him, you put him, you make him incommunicado. But meanwhile, the terrorists, Boko Haram, that are non-Boko Haram that have been arrested, according to what Sowore said to us the last time we heard from him, was that they have access to their mobile phones, they have their TV. Now we see that our military, they are so focused on rehabilitating Boko Haram and bringing them back into the society when they've not finished fighting them. What's going on in Nigeria? Is it a crime to be a law-abiding citizen?
You think that Sowore should pay this money? If you should pay this money, what would that mean for democracy in Nigeria?
It will mean that a lot of voices will be shut down. First of all, in the last 5 years, and for me, I'm a trader, I'm a market woman. Forget this English way they hear. Now, market, and I like to break it and make people they understand. You know, sometimes people will tell us if they talk grammar, they know they hear and where they talk. First of all, in the last 5 years, the economy of our country has been shrunk. It has contracted. Even when you look at the basic value of the fact that what we used to buy, for example, a pound 5 years ago, you could get it for like 240, 250 naira. Today, it's about 450. That's the cheapest we have it. Normally 480, 500, you have it. So our wealth went down. Now we have a government whom our economic value, it has devalued our money. We are so much in poverty, and then it is imposing so much on people so that people will not be able to speak out. It's pathetic. And what they're trying to do is to scare everybody away. But one thing I've said to Muhammadu Buhari is the fact that as much as possible, he should start building more prisons, because there are so many of us. For every one Sowore he has taken away, there will be thousands that will still be out there that will speak and would not be intimidated in our own country. I've said it before, I've said it repeatedly. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. Muhammadu Buhari occupies the highest political office in Nigeria. We, the citizens, we occupy the highest office in Nigeria. He's a public servant. He's there to serve us, and he's not there to lord it over us. And if he has a heart of, sycophant, there's something I call the Buhari touch. The Buhari touch seems to depreciate. Anything that comes in close contact with it seems to depreciate into that incompetence, cluelessness, ineptitude that we have consistently seen being shown by the administration. It's unbelievable. But the thing is that Sowore needs to stand firm. We need to fight this. We must ensure that it is not for the government to say that they will pick and choose which judgment favors them. Because I, as a citizen, if I go to the court and there's something and the judge gives the judgment, I have to take it. Why would the government now decide on the judgment that they want? Is the judiciary now in the pocket of Muhammadu Buhari? Is the judiciary now in the pocket of the executive? Why did we have separation of powers? Because of this, so that nobody will abuse power. And right now, Muhammadu Buhari's government is abusing power, and it's so annoying, and it's so pathetic, and it's so shameful that the second in command is supposed to be a son, a professor of law that should know better and should ensure that his name, when it is written in our history book, is not written in shame and calumny. Because right now what he's doing is unbelievable. You will not imagine that we have a professor of law as second in command, and there's this travesty of judgment going on in Nigeria. I have no to tell our daughters. So if they think that they're going to put a fence there and stop us, well, they know us. We've been out there for over 5 years, and we'll continue to make demands, and we continue to stand against injustice.
By the way, who blocked you on Twitter and why?
Yeah. Anyway, say this my mouth is big.
It is.
And I know you use my big mouth.
But we like that.
I would say this is more Aisha Yusuf. Now my mama born me now.
No, your mama.
Sometimes for me, I try not to work on insinuations and all of that. There's this gang reporting. They go ahead. I remember there was a guy who did it to say, "Oh, let's go and report her again." And then, of course, Twitter had something. By the time they get a lot of reports and all of that, they sort of like block it. They did it the first time. I got an apology letter, from Twitter to say, oh, it was a mistake and everything. And a few days later, again, the same thing was done. Me, I sat down my own judgment because this is my mouth. I am more than a Twitter handle. You block me on Twitter, you're going to see me everywhere because this my mouth is loud. I am on this earth unapologetically, and I'm going to own my space, and I'm going to speak. The life is too short for me to say anything other than saying it as it is. I don't owe anybody. And so at the end of the day, there were a lot of people, reached out, a lot of organizations, and they were on the neck of Twitter. At the end, they had to just open it. I know one funny thing that happened was the fact that when my Twitter handle was restored, I took a few days before I even came back to Twitter, I saw one of those, the main trolls, all those Buharis that they call themselves. They wake up in the morning, they have a WhatsApp meeting about Aisha Yusufu. And it was like, oh, what's her new Twitter handle? So I'm sure he assumed I had opened another Twitter. I'm like, nah, I'm here. It's on the same Twitter handle. I'm here. I will keep talking. They cannot stop or whatever means they try. Inshallah.
So, whether the government liked it or not, at some point Sowore would be released, and a lot of people have been saying that they're just trying to shut him down and also use him as a scapegoat to shut down other people that may want to speak out. But do you think that would be the situation when he's released? Do you think people will now stop talking because of what he's been through? Or do you think this will actually aggravate more people to speak out about what's happening in Nigeria?
It will actually aggravate more people to speak out. Honestly, if they had allowed, sometimes it's as if there's a spirit of error following the administration, and they keep making all sorts of mistakes. They could have allowed him to do his harvest revolution. People would have come out, would have been on other things, not just Nigeria. But they didn't. They decided to take him away. And now the issue has escalated beyond what they think. A lot of people that probably wouldn't even have been there on that day wouldn't have come out. They've taken it off, they're speaking on it, and they will continue to do that. And but as long as Sowore is there, we still remember when he comes out, he's going to come out bigger, stronger. He's going to be out there in their face, whether they like it or not. All we are simply asking for is a Nigeria that works for all of us. Today, what do we have? We have Sowore in captivity. We have Kefas in captivity. We have Jos Abidi, who was taken away for 2 years. They denied taking him away. They released him and they've taken him again. We have Dadiata. Nobody even knows.
Agba
Jalingo is then, taking up. So they're trying as much as possible to just shut the voices of people. And then we have these governors all over the place because they just managed to get into position. Governors that they cannot even command a constable. Instead of them to focus and leave a legacy for themselves, they are feeling good. They are feeling like giants. And then they are arresting people all over the place. You have Governor El-Rufai, that his state is beset with kidnappers. There's a place in Kaduna called Rugasa. People at night no longer sleep. That they run away because they are being taken away. The same El-Rufai that we saw on the road of Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, feeling cool and saying he was going off after kidnappers. Today, people are no longer going through that road. Everybody is on the train. Only few people still dare to go through that road. He has not been able to tackle kidnappers, but he's there arresting people all over the place. Same with all these other governors that feel that they can shut down the voices of the people because they see the commander-in-chief doing the same thing. We will tell them that we gave them that mandate. They are our servants. They must work for us, and we continue to make the demand. And this mouth, it was they that asked for the job. We didn't go to their houses to beg them to come and stand for election. 4 times, President Muhammadu Buhari, asked for Nigerians, begged Nigerians to vote for him. He cried. The same man that was crying those days. Now, all over the place, he's laughing while Nigerians are crying.